not the one game they weren't at. They're going to give you some grief. Okay, so the Spurs coming in hot, winners of 10 straight. Midway through the first.
They're not done.
Get that out.
Wemby said absolutely not.
They're not done.
Wow. Now,
man.
why would you? No.
Yeah.
Man,
It's
both of them blocked.
It's
Business
reckless
decisions.
decision making.
Boom.
Not reckless, Stephon Castle. Always definitive. He had 18 points on the night.
Explosive. Oh.
Woo!
That's how you run your stuff
you
right
go.
there. That is how you
Perfect.
run your stuff.
It's like eye level with the rim.
Wemby only finished with 12 points on Thursdays.
Uh-oh.
Interesting.
Huh.
Oh!
That's what he does. Ooh, his dad
Come on,
used
look
to be
at-
a problem. Goodness.
Is
Ron Harper,
Spurs
people
win.
don't remember.
126 to 110, the final. Let's see. I thought that was interesting that Wemby only had 12 points on the night, but that's
Wemby's
fine.
been doing that all year where he come off the bench,
Yeah, exactly.
he starts, plays 20 minutes.
non-issue.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
Does not
The
matter.
Nets, he knows he doesn't have to chase his shot this game. He can let the
Just
other
let the
guys
offense work for you.
He said it's fine. Sorry to your fantasy leagues or fantasy teams, but
Yeah,
not
if you
today.
had the over on the Wemby points,
It's a wrap for you.
a little disappointed, but he'll get you back next time.
Sixers, you still feel a way about.
Oh, yes. I think they are a huge problem for the East. The more Embiid gets his legs under him, the better condition he gets in. I just think their team is really well built.
Yeah.
I think the pieces fit together. I think they have all of the weapons you need to beat people. Speed, playmaking, shooting. They got two go-to guys, two closers, one in the post, one on the perimeter. I think their wing defenders are excellent, versatile defenders that can make shots and have great athleticism. So, you know, again, you can add Paul George to this mix, and you don't need him to be old Paul George. You just need him to be a good player. I think if you look at the whole East and you just went talent for talent,
Right.
position by position, there's no team more talented than these guys.
Completely agree. I think injury is the only question for Philadelphia.
Yep.
And I remember you mentioned the Phoenix Suns in their previous big three and why it didn't work. I think because the pieces didn't complement each other.
Right.
Whereas with Maxey, Embiid, and Paul George, these guys are perfect complements for one another. You know, you got Paul, he could play up in position to guard fours. Obviously, he's been one of the greatest wing defenders we've ever seen in the NBA. And then he brings ball handling as well as shooting and just an incredible amount of versatility to where he can just sort of plug and play wherever the Sixers need him on a given night and a given matchup. And Maxey has made himself into a bona fide all-star. There's no doubt about it. He's a star.
A star.
In this league. He can carry the Sixers in stretches when Joel might not have it. And so, yeah, on a talent basis, Philadelphia is as dangerous as anybody in the Eastern Conference.
Don't forget, too, one other thing.
Yeah.
The head coach is a champion.
Period.
Nick Nurse has coached himself to a championship. He does not get sick at sea. He knows how to put those pieces in place. So you put all of that together.
It's a dangerous combination.
Yes, it is.
You talk about the combos, right? The 1-2 punch of Edgecombe and Maxey has been spectacular to watch, even during All-Star Weekend. Maxey just showing up to support
We saw
Edgecombe.
it. We was watching it.
In the Rising Stars game was phenomenal. We see how they play off of each other, too. We see how Edgecombe is learning off of Maxey as well. And another note on Maxey, just when you think you couldn't root for him more, he wasn't more likable, his one concern is where's mom and grandma and my sister? Come on now. We love that. Wholesome. The content we needed, and we didn't even know it. Tyrese Maxey, we're rooting for you.
Love him.
I love that.
Love
no,
him.
it's great. It's great stuff. How far do we think, going back to the Spurs, do we think that they can take this streak that they're on?
I mean, they're phenomenal. Like, they're so
Look at the next five. Knicks, Philly, Detroit.
They can go 5-0. They can lose a couple of them. I mean,
Which ones?
I think Philly is going to be the one I'm watching.
being
Have
the trap
Clippers,
game.
Houston.
They'll be up for that Knicks game.
I think
for sure.
Houston. I think they'll be fine. Clippers and Houston. I actually think they're a really bad matchup for New York because they could put so much pressure on Brunson off the bounce, and that's their best player. They could put so much pressure on Cat off the bounce. you know, the Detroit game, who knows it, but you saw what they did to Detroit recently. You know, and it's going to be, can Detroit keep non-shooters on the floor, you know, and keep up with the scoring with those guys? So, you know, they can go 5-0.
To me, the only thing that gets in the way is probably just a bad shooting night.
Sure.
In terms
Which
of
happens.
shooting luck, which happens. It's the NBA make-a-miss league type of thing. But I know they'll be up for the Knicks because the last time they played them, I believe, was at the NBA Cup where the Knicks did end up beating them. So there'll be some motivation to get some get back against the Knicks because this is a very competitive bunch.
That feels like a year ago.
I know, so long ago, December.
That sounds like a whole millennium.
That was a whole other lifetime ago. What are we talking about?
But Philly at home, I think Philly's going to be at home. I think that'll be a very tough matchup, especially if Joel plays. He'll be up for a matchup against Wemby.
Yeah. Okay, let's bring out Caesar. We've got some more highlights on the way for you. Keep
Hey man, you working today? You got a fiance?
Maz has blown me away this year.
Unbelievable.
Because in the offseason, when they got rid of Kristaps, they got rid of Drew Holiday, our guy Luke Cornett. Horford. I'm like, all right, they're punting on the season. They're just like, all right, this season's a wash. Our MVP is hurt. Our MVP candidate, is hurt. We're going to go in a different direction this season. And Joe Maz was like, not so fast.
Yeah.
This guy is a maniac. He refuses to lose. And to just see that they have a system.
Oh,
like you can see the continuity of just plugging and playing these younger guys and putting them in there and then unleashing Jaylen Brown the way that they have where he's just become a menace at all three levels. Mid-range, he's having career highs. Obviously, he's always had the three ball.
He's been telling
he's getting to the rack, giving it his all on defense. The fact that this Boston team is a top 3 offense in the NBA makes absolutely no sense. When you got a team like Orlando who's 19th, hasn't finished above 20 in 13 years. And these guys with a team, again, I thought they were headed for the lottery. Top 3 offense in the league.
Not in Joe's DNA.
Unbelievable.
And think about this, too. They traded away Anthony Simons, who can get a bucket because Peyton Pritchard just went through the roof with his playmaking and ball handling, shooting. White, baller, like just elevating his game. And then, like you said, Jaylen Brown clearly can be a #1 for anybody in the league as a true MVP candidate, two-way player. And again, I always talk about identity matters, and those dudes are Joe. By the way, have you ever seen Jaylen Brown do MMA?
Right. No.
Like they all so it's a culture there. I can see it. Brad Stevens and give Brad too a lot of credit. He knows basketball players. He knows good basketball players. And while we were all thinking, he was like, no, these guys can play, and my coach can coach, and watch what happens. And so they're fun to watch, and they're going to be a problem down the stretch, and we'll see if Tatum comes back.
I'm glad you mentioned Brad Stevens because a lot of these GM types, they're super buddy-buddy with the media, and they love doing their own press, to be honest, behind the scenes. And Stevens does none of that. He just lets the work speak for itself. Like, you never hear somebody say, oh, Brad Stevens is a master GM, blah, blah. He's not doing any of that.
But that's the flex.
Doesn't have, exactly.
Not having to do
There's
it.
no Brad Stevens propaganda. It's just work. It's amazing.
And I'm going to say this to you. They need more of us upstairs. That's why I jumped into the front office. Like, it's a different lens when you build a team from a coach's perspective. Brad Stevens left coaching as one of the best coaches in the NBA. He didn't have to go nowhere. Like, this dude was, you're talking about arguably one of the best coaches in the league, and he went upstairs and started building a team and building it with the mindset, okay, this is my coach, here's my stars, here's how we're going to patch it up, this is how we want to play, this kind of play wins.
Finals immediately, championship right after that. Like, you can't argue with what Brad Stevens has done.
It's on the page, and it jumps out on the court as well. Okay, we've got more coming up on the Association.